Hi everyone and welcome to Let's Try At the Gates. So, At the Gates is a 4X-ish kind of game, released recently, where you play as the barbarians at the gates of Rome. The game starts in 400 AD, if I'm not mistaken. It is a pretty slow-paced game, and it has some interesting systems, let's just say. It's definitely not a traditional 4X game, like not even remotely close to that. So, let's jump in and see what it's all about. So, there are quite a few tribes you can play as, but initially you can only play as the gods, and you have to unlock the rest. So, we'll play as the gods. So, here we are. The main thing about this game is that you only ever get one settlement. You can move it around, in fact, you should move it around. I can pack it up right now and move if I want to. Right here, there's an option to pack it up, so I can do that. And the gameplay of this game revolves mostly around resource management and job management. Because the tech tree in this game are basically professions. We can see right here that we are not currently studying a profession, and this is basically the technology tree. When I click show more, we can see more stuff in here. There's a lot more than this. I just can't quite see it just yet. Yeah, we can click show all, and these are all the professions that exist within the game. So like I said, this is basically the tech tree, and we can start by unlocking one of these. We'll unlock discovery because we need discovery to recruit an explorer, and we need an explorer to explore things. Now, there are a lot of tooltips in the game. Some of them are pretty damn big, so you can actually spend a lot of time reading all the tooltips. And there are also tooltips within tooltips, within tooltips, within tooltips, within tooltips, within tooltips. So it's like tooltipception. You can see a tooltip for any yellow text here, so you can open like 20 tooltips deep if you like to. Anyway, we will research discovery, which will then give us access to more professions within discovery, and then more and more. So that's one part of the game. Now, your units in the game are basically clans, and clans will join you over time, like this one right here, for example. They are represented by one unit, but they will grow over time. So if I hover over the clan, I need to go into my village first. Oh yeah, I need to leave the village first, but generally speaking, they will gain families over time. Here, we can see that they currently have one family, and will get +1 in 12 turns. So, these guys are meek, which means their morale is halved. They cannot be trained in social professions, which are honor and discovery. They never have desires. So desires is another mechanic. Sometimes they will want to do something specific, like stay someplace warm, like your settlement, and they will get unhappy and upset if you don't meet that. And they will be happy if you do. So that's it in a nutshell. That's the short version. And they will never engage in feuds. Right, sometimes when you have more than one clan on top of each other on the same tile, like in the settlement, they will start a feud. But we'll get into that when it actually happens. They will never commit theft, and they will never engage in brawls. And they are also afraid of water. So 3 turns are needed to enter tiles with streams, and 2 turns are needed to enter marsh tiles. And the training for water-based professions is doubled. So I don't think they would make a very good explorer, because they are afraid of water. Oh, actually, right, they cannot be an explorer, because that kind of requires the discover discipline. Technically it doesn't, but let's not get into that just yet. The next person is paranoid, which is +1 vision range and -1 movement point. Yeah, that would not make a good explorer. Training time is doubled in crafting, and experience gained in crafting is halved, so we don't want them doing that. And the third clan, obsessive. Training time is halved if at least 3 turns. So that's for more advanced professions, because the more advanced professions that we will unlock over the course of the game take longer to train. Initially, we'll only need 1 turn to train someone in a profession, but the more advanced professions require way more than that. And that's why you need discipline. A higher level discipline, because disciplines also have levels, reduces training time for professions. Because also, generally speaking, you will want to shuffle the jobs a lot. You don't like train a clan in one job, one profession, and then keep them in that profession for the rest of the game. Like, a lot of management in this game revolves around switching professions around and optimizing things. And they are also charismatic. Morale for all other clans on the same tile increased by 1/4. Training time for social professions halved. Experience gained in social professions doubled. Interesting. No other clans on the tile may commit crimes. Never engages in feuds with other clans. So these guys would be very nice in a profession that requires them to stay inside the settlement. Because some professions will basically just stay inside the settlement and do things, like produce tools and something like that. And others will have to leave the settlement. So, since we should get a social profession, yeah, that's the thing. A social profession will require them to leave the settlement for the most part. But nobody said we have to pick a social profession. It's just that training time will be halved in that. But we can pick a different discipline initially. So if we train a clan in discipline, we'll go for these guys. And we could train crafting. But first we should get an explorer. So who the heck should be an explorer? I think these guys should actually be an explorer. Yeah, that means we won't really take advantage of the charismatic trait, but the other 2 clans would make terrible explorers. So let's go for discovery, and that's all we can do in our village on this turn. That's the clan we already checked, and that one, and that's our turn done. The first few turns are going to be pretty quick, but this is a slow-paced game, I'll put it this way. Maybe too slow-paced? I suppose it's a matter of taste, but I played it a bit and I think it's a bit too slow. Anyway, so there's quite a bit going on the map. We can see that there are rumors of resources inside the fog, like these. That's the question mark. It doesn't mean it will be exactly there. There are just rumors that there's something in this area. And the resources we already know about are unidentified. And we will need to get a surveyor or a digger to identify them. Which we will, we certainly will. It could be something really good. Same applies to the plants. They are unidentified. And we need a gatherer, a reaper, or a surveyor. So surveyor can identify pretty much anything, which means we might want to grab one, perhaps. So we could just research the surveyor right away, but that will take 3 turns. It might be better to unlock one of the other basic professions, like crafting, because we will definitely need that. Also agriculture, that will be needed for sure, because we'll need food. We can see our food right here. Food is pretty important, as you might have guessed, because if you run out of food you will starve. And this game does have seasons. And as you might have noticed, 1 turn in this game is half month. So a full year is 24 turns basically, which means winter will last a while. And when the seasons start is kind of semi-random. And also sometimes they are more harsh, sometimes they are less harsh. And you can see the details about how food works here. So each of your clan's families consumes 0.2 food per turn. We start the game with 3 clans of 1 family each, consuming a total of 0.6 food per turn. And early on, most of our food will come from foraging, with a gatherer. Later on we can construct farms and pastures, which will give us more food. But that's basically it in a nutshell. We'll definitely want to stockpile more food before winter. That's one of the first priorities, to get enough food to survive the winter. Anyway, we got another new clan. Independent. Experience gained in all disciplines tripled. Training time for settled professions increased by half. Training time for social professions doubled. Never has desires. Interesting. So we probably want to go for a settled profession. Like a crafter. So anyone who stays inside the settlement. And squeamish. Morale halved. Training time doubled in livestock. Experience gained in livestock halved. Never engages in feuds with other clans. Likelihood of having desires halved. Will never commit theft. Will never engage in brawls. Alright then. So, oh, also, since we finished unlocking a discipline, I think we can get one level for free. No, not yet. Well, anyway, since we finished training the discipline, we see we got discovery now. We can now give him an actual profession, which is going to be an explorer in this case. And we need to wait one turn. Then we can leave the village and go explore the area. So there he is. He has 3 movement points, which is not a whole lot, but it will have to do. Let's go in this direction. Oh, also you can make notes on any tile you want, and also on units, which can be quite nice. So I can make a note here and it will stay. Then I can delete it. That's quite a useful feature. Here we got a deserted village. There might be something interesting in there, so we will definitely go check it out. And as you can see, it's also raining on some tiles. And we can see in the bottom right corner what exactly that means. It costs 3 movement points to enter, free supply, and plus 10% defense. These are all the effects on that specific tile. Alright, and we got another new clan. Miserable. Will refuse to attack enemy armies. Mood is never better than upset. Really. Morale reduced by 3/4. No experience gained in any discipline. Holy crap, this guy is bad. Wait, what? He's also independent. Experience gained in all disciplines tripled, except 3 times 0 is still 0. So that's not going to synergize very well. Well, alright. Interesting. Well then. Also, we can now choose a settled clan to receive +2 levels in agriculture. Instantly. So, who should get that? That's a good question. Someone definitely needs it. Training time doubled in crafting. Yeah, okay, so she should not be a crafter, because experience gained in crafting will be halved. We can give her agriculture. That seems reasonable. Here. So now she has 2 levels in agriculture, which is this green 2 on her portrait. And now we can give her a profession. So she can be either a reaper or a gatherer. What kinds of resources do we actually know about? We do have some berries over there within our borders, which means she can be a gatherer. That works. Here, you will be a gatherer, and we'll start getting some food that way. And now we can go for crafting, because we'll need that as well. We are going to need lumber early on, because that's required for quite a few things. And there she is. So now we can move her to that tile, and then we'll be able to forage. But we need to wait one turn to actually get started on that. And what's going on here? Flooded. Okay. We can't quite enter that tile just yet. Alright, I suppose we'll wait. We might get something good out of that village though. And there's another one down here. So, switch disciplines. Now we can get +2 crafting on someone. Who is going to be our crafter then? Probably not this person. Or maybe that should be him. Alright, so this guy can be our crafter. Like so. And now we can train him to be a wood collector, because we are definitely going to need that. There we go, he is going to be a wood collector. And now we can study some more. So, I think it's best if we unlock all the basic ones. So let's go for metalworking next. We do have some minerals within our borders. We don't know what they are just yet, but we can find out. And we shall. Right, so now we can check out that village. We got plus 30 gold. Okay then. That is useful, because we'll get caravans later on. And we'll be able to buy things. And now we can forage. To get some food. Each turn spent foraging will produce 3 fruit. So we'll get 6 per month, basically. And here's our wood collector. We'll move into the tile with wood, and then we'll collect wood. And we got another new clan, Petty. Likely to engage in a mild feud within a few years, if there's another clan on the same tile. And corrupt. Resource production reduced by 1/4, really. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Let's maybe unlock Honor, and we could turn him into... what does that unlock? Oh yeah, Hunter. So he could be a hunter. We could also get a second explorer and send him exploring. It's not a terrible idea, honestly. Because I definitely don't want this guy here. We don't want him on our settlement tile. Absolutely not. It will take 2 turns to turn him into an explorer, but I think that's fine. What can we get for free there? Nothing. And we got the caravan. So now we can buy some things. We can also upgrade the caravan so that it will have more goods the next time. That's a thing we can do. Yeah, let's do that. That will not cost us too much gold. Now, the green price means that it's a better price than normally. Sometimes they also have more goods than normal. I don't think we need any of those. Right. We can switch disciplines. Oh yeah, honor. We could give that to someone. Who should that be, though? Right, so this guy... Training time for social professions doubled. That does include honor. Oh yeah, he will refuse to attack enemy armies. Morale halved. No one here will really be good at that. So I'm going to pass. We don't really want that. So next up we can unlock livestock, and that's going to be the last basic one. Alright, and we can check out the other village. Plus 30 gold. Not bad. That's not quite what I had in mind, but okay. So now we can switch the discipline again. I don't really want to, I don't think so. So there's the explorer, we'll send him. We got a large field of wheat up here. Okay, that's nice. Because not all of them are large. So what the heck do we do with these two? They are kind of bad, to be honest. But we should train them in something. Probably in metalworking. Like this guy. Yeah, I suppose so. His experience in all disciplines will be tripled. It's just that training time is increased. So let's give him metalworking. And we can also get plus 2 levels in livestock for someone. So, okay, let's give it to her. Just like that. And then we can study something. I'm thinking it's best if we study surveyors, actually. Then we can get a surveyor and start identifying all these things around us. There are quite a lot. And we got another new clan. Hopefully a better one this time. Loyal. Mood is never worse than happy, never has desires. Okay, that's pretty good. Starts with 4 levels in honor. No experience gained in discovery. Never has desires, never engages in feuds. Okay, this guy is pretty good. There's not much point getting a hunter right now, because there's nothing we can hunt at the moment. But I think we can use hunter to identify some animals. Yes, we can. The downside is that they are kind of far away. This one is closer. Oh, what's this? Interesting. Oh yeah, that's an enemy leader. Attila, apparently. Well then. Interesting. Show me that tooltip. So he believes he's the best and everyone else is inferior. Sounds legit. He never forgives and never forgets. So much as annoying him, and you've made an enemy for life. Yeah, okay. I suppose we can give him some gold. We'll lose a little bit of reputation, but we will increase our relationship level. So, fine. So, if we make an alliance with him, it will make him friendly, and I think that also unlocks new tribes. But we can't do that at the moment. Anyway. So now we should grab a profession for this fella. And he should be a digger. Okay, sounds good. And he can actually identify some of the minerals around here. Could be something good, could be gold, for example. That's certainly a possibility. And there he is. Now we can move him here. Yeah, the wood collector needs to move back. And actually, you know, collect wood. That's kind of supposed to be his job. And we found some barbarians, or bandits rather. We are supposed to be barbarians. I don't think they will attack us, but sometimes they can. But they will mostly guard their camp. We can kick them out later. So, now we still need a profession for Radolf. Okay. Well, I can't actually give her anything at the moment. I mean, I suppose I can. It doesn't have to be anything in livestock discipline. It can be something else, and then we can switch. So for now, we could turn her into a wood collector, because we are going to need wood. It's just that it will take slightly longer to train that. But we certainly do need wood. Okay, so now we can train surveyors. First, let's identify the deposit. Wait, why can we not do that? Oh, he doesn't have any movement points. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, we don't have any movement points whatsoever. Fine. Let's keep exploring. Maybe don't move too close to these. And we can study another profession. So there are a lot of professions in here. And some of them have pretty big tooltips. What do we actually want? Now we could get watchmen, which can build watchtowers. And that's one of the few ways to extend your borders. So that's one possibility. We could do that, certainly. We don't quite know what kinds of resources we have just yet. You know what? Let's unlock the watchman. Why not? That works. Okay, that's a lot of dudes. Maybe it's slightly more than I expected. Let's have we go in the opposite direction. Okay. Yeah, send this guy south. Or not. Apparently, we mostly got mountains to the south. Forage. And identify deposit. So that will take a little bit of time, which is fine. That's another wood collector, so send him this way. And that will do. So now we can see we are gaining 1.1 food. As for this guy, well, I guess we'll wait to unlock Watchman, and he can be Watchman. Meanwhile, we can produce some treasure. That will give us a little bit of gold, plus 5 gold this turn. And then we'll turn him into Watchman once he finishes this. And we got another clan. Starts with 5 levels in Discovery. Nice. And Impatient. Training time increased by half if at least 3 turns. Likelihood of having desires doubled. So he could be our surveyor, perhaps. Wait, why can he not be a surveyor? Cannot train right now. Why not? Hold on, I'm not sure why he cannot be trained right now. Interesting. Oh, right, because we need tools to get a surveyor. Fair enough. Yeah, that's the red icon right here. Cost to train, 10 tools. Maybe we can buy tools from the caravan. Let's take a look. Do you have any tools? Oh yeah, right here. Except no, unavailable. Well, that's annoying. The one thing I needed, and they don't have it. Well then. Yeah, that is slightly irritating. We could buy some timber, because we are going to need that. Let's buy 10 for 30 gold. And I think that will do. We could buy some cheese. Alright, let's buy some food. And I think that will do. Steel armor, yeah, I'll pass on that. Flax. No, I'll pass. We're good. We could upgrade the caravan. Yeah, let's upgrade it. Okay. So, that's the wood collector. Forage. And you can see we are gaining plus 4 wood right now. So, hold on. Let's wait one turn. We can produce treasure this turn. And we'll go north. I can't go through the mountains, as you might have guessed. We'll have to go in some other direction. And now we can train Watchmen, so that's exactly what we're going to do. This guy will be Watchman. Only one turn. Can we see what kinds of resources the watchtower require, if any? Interesting. Okay, 20 timber. We will have that on the next turn. So we could build one, if we want to. Right, and it would be nice to produce our own tools. Let's take a look. Yeah, there are quite a few professions. So we need blacksmiths. But we also need iron. Which hopefully we'll find. We could work on something in agriculture. That's certainly an option. Construct wheat farms. 20 timber, plus 4 wheat per turn. Okay. Discovery. Yeah, a lot of stuff in here. Traders. 20 timber to train. Can construct trading posts and training depots. Alright. Weaponsmiths. What kinds of resources do we have? We are still identifying this. We need 2 more turns to finish that. We don't know we got some wheat. We could also research archers or so, just to be able to get someone who can fight. That might not be a bad idea. Or we can get huntsmen. Meat production from hunters doubled. Yeah, cost to train 5 weapons. Cost to train archers is also 5 weapons. So how about we unlock weaponsmiths? Hopefully we'll get some iron. We can always buy some from the caravan. But hopefully we'll have some in range. We got several metal deposits in the area. Surely one of them will be iron. Hopefully. So there's the watchman. Right here. So now we can build a watchtower somewhere. Maybe towards the wheat. However, we can also pack up our settlement and move elsewhere. That's an option. That is something we can do. And 20 timber is quite a lot. So we could just stay in the settlement for now, which might be a better option. Let's enter the settlement for now. He's happy, so it's fine. I hope we'll be able to buy tools, because I want that surveyor. And I can't quite get one at the moment. Also, these icons that you can see are supply. Each tile has its own supply, which depends on like terrain type, on whether it's inside your borders or not, on the season. Supply is harder during the winter, so that's what that indicates. If it's completely out of supply, it will be red. Inside your borders is generally safe. Early November, so yeah, winter is coming. And we identified iron deposit, nice. So now we can forage right away, because this guy is the digger. So he will produce 2.85 iron per turn. And then we can use that to make tools. We'll just need someone to actually do it, you know? Like one of the explorers. This guy, oh yeah, this guy should stay as an explorer, because we don't want him inside our settlement. Yeah, supply critical, as you can see. Which means he might want to move back into our borders. He doesn't have movement points anymore. Produce some more treasure. And weaponsmiths will be done on the next turn. We'll probably use the other explorer. And just keep the petty guy as our permanent explorer. And there it is. So let's go back into the settlement for now. There we go. So this guy. He has discovery discipline, but we can switch that to something else. And we probably will. Experience gained in social professions doubled. But he doesn't have to be a social profession, he can be something else. And I kind of want him to be something else right now. Yeah, this guy will stay as the watchman and honor discipline. This guy has discovery, I'm keeping that because it's level 5. Let's switch this dude to something else. And by something else, I mean metalworking, basically. Yep, metalworking it is then. And that's our gatherer, except he's immobilized at the moment. So not much I can do about that. Yeah, I technically got 2 movement points, but I can't actually use them. So skip. And we can study something new. So now that we unlocked weaponsmiths, let's unlock blacksmiths. So that we'll be able to make tools. We'll definitely need those. So we can make tools for a while, then switch profession, and then make weapons for a while, then switch profession again. And now it's early December. We got 29 food, and now we are losing 1 per turn. That should be enough. And we can always buy some more from the caravan. And as you can see, supply is starting to be a problem on some of these tiles. So we need to be careful about that. Skip is tab, okay? There are a lot of keyboard shortcuts and you can often see them on the tooltips. So I like that. I think we should keep foraging. Yeah, we should, definitely. Our settlement is idle. Right, hold on. So this guy has metalworking now. And he needs a profession. Let's turn him into a weaponsmith for now. Okay, sure. We can definitely do that. And we could get an archer and then maybe kick out that bandit to the south. Oh wait, is he actually moving towards us? Yes, he is. Well then, that might be a slight problem. Yeah, that is actually a bit of a problem, because I don't have enough weapons. I don't have any weapons at all. And he is moving towards us. Not good. Here's another new clan. Disfigured. Cannot be trained in social professions. Experience gained in all disciplines doubled. And corrupt. So reduced resource production. Might commit theft every few years. Right. Okay, let's explore some more. I can't really do much about that bandit right now. I mean, I'm kind of working on it, but I just can't do anything right now. We can't get an archer yet. So, let's see what he's going to do. He might attack us. That's definitely a possibility. He didn't do anything. Okay. So next up, let's unlock archers, because we definitely want one. And we'll need how many weapons? We'll need 5 weapons. And we are producing 2.1 per turn. So in a few turns, we'll be able to get an archer. And we have a guy with level 4 honor. He can switch to an archer once we're able to do that. And anyway, that's basically the game in a nutshell. You'll be doing a lot of that in the game. Shuffle professions, disciplines, gather resources, make things. It's basically the core of the game. The professions. You make contact with other leaders, and the ultimate goal of the game is to basically beat the Roman Empire. That's the title, more or less. It is a little bit slow-paced, because we're 40 minutes in, and we haven't really done much. You can play for like 2-3 hours, and not really progress a whole lot. Like I said, that's one of my complaints. It is really slow-paced. But that can be a matter of taste, I suppose. In any case, that's going to be the end of this video, so thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, or a dislike if you didn't. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.